Hola, 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 hola. Hola, 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 probando, probando. Recording, recording, testing, testing. Hello, 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 you all. Can you listen? Can you watch? Are you able to watch the screen and listen? Thank you, man. So, I was thinking to do this live stream. Like, I don't want to be all 2 hours here, but it's just for sharing with you this analysis for the next week. And I would like to read your comments, and whatever you have some doubts or whatever, we can share. So I will share the economic calendar for next week. So next week is 22. So this is the the roadmap for next week. As you can see, I'm checking only the USD, high impact news. Depends of what are you trading, but in my case I trade Forex, GBP USD and Euro USD, and also indices like ES and Nasdaq. So this news will create an impact in those assets. So as you can see, we have high impact news every day, sorry. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So I think next week will be a very interesting week. Price will move, nice injection of volatility every day. So we'll have a lot of movement, but at the same time be careful. It also can bring a lot of manipulation and fake moves. So be careful and just wait for the best moment. And of course, you just wait for your setup to appear. Don't chase if you don't see it, don't trade it. You have to wait to see it, and use always stop loss, as you know, and don't go crazy with leverage. So this is important to have in mind. Okay, so just starting the week, Monday we have flash PMI. Normally, let's see, use DXY. Okay. So normally this is DXY, dollar index, and I use it a lot to compare with, for example, euro. And I have these two windows. So I'm comparing divergences, levels, the weak, the strong, so it gives you information. So every Sunday or Monday morning, because I live in Europe, and as you know, I trade with the New York time. So for me, when I wake up at 9:30 in New York, I think it's 3 a.m. so it's very early, so I have time to do this. So what I do is go to big time frames and mark in my chart important levels. In this case, previous week high, previous week low, as you can see now. Okay, because this is the frame I'm working on. So if you have any questions in Spanish, I also speak Spanish, so don't hesitate to ask in Spanish. Okay. I'm also trying to stream, doing like a live stream in YouTube. So this is being live streaming in YouTube. And yeah, so let's continue this. So this is the routine I do. I put the previous week high, previous week low, because these are levels I will be aware of it once the week starts. Okay. So far this week we then took the previous week high, previous week low. As you can see, price, the candle is inside the previous candle. But at the same time, it's interesting how price is reacting in this quarterly. This is a 3-month chart. We have a fair value gap here, the blue area. Okay, let me put this like this. So as you can see, this is a 3-month candle, a quarterly candle, and you can see how perfectly touched the midpoint of the 3-month fair value gap or imbalance. So also we have this huge range. Okay, from this low to this high, Fibonacci, you get the midpoint here, 0.5. So the theory is like when price goes high like this, like a rocket, and you have a huge range, at some point from here to here price will retrace, and we expect price retrace at least below the midpoint or equilibrium. Okay, so that's what happened here and here also. But it's very interesting, price reached this area which we call optimal trade entry, which is 0.62, 0.79, and the midpoint of this is 0.050, sorry, it's 0.705. Okay, you can see here better. Okay, doesn't mean that you have to wait to price come here to enter. It's just an area you are interested and put your eyes on. Sometimes price don't reach here, just reach this area and leave. But a lot of times you can expect price reach this area. And inside this area is the nice thing is that we have also an imbalance inside the area. So you're also playing with how call you this in English? When several factors meet in the same point, confluations. Let me check this word. Confluences, exactly. Thank you, man. So that's confluence when you have some not only one thing, but you have two things or more. You have a confluence of ingredients or items that makes your analysis stronger. So in this case we have optimal trade entry. This is discount area. So in discount area we're looking for taking loans because prices are retracing. After retrace, again retrace, you know, it's always retracing. So in this area we have this fair value gap, which is a confluence because you have the optimal trade entry and also you have the 3 months or quarterly fair value gap. So this is a thing you have in mind. Remember, this is a very strong time frame. This 3-month time frame. So let's continue to monthly time frame. Also here you see this area. This is a monthly fair value gap. As you can see, price, the bodies of the candle are respecting the area. They are still inside. The wicks are making the damage, they're going out of the area. So this is the month of this is the actual month. This is June. Okay. So price, as you can see, price opens here and one lower, but remember the month it is not over yet. So this is I think it's not 100% like this secure, but we can expect this was the fake movement, it was the manipulation movement, you know. So price will finally possible, I'm not saying 100%, but this is possible, the fake move price did until this day of the month, and we can expect now from here candle close bullish in the, because I think we have still we have 2 weeks, no, we have 1 week more. So next week is the end of the month. Well, yeah, because no, we have 2 weeks, but in 2 weeks the Monday the month ends. So I think basically it's like 1 week. And remember, next week we have a lot of high impact news, so a lot of movement I expecting. So this is possible. It's possible we see this candle closing bullish, no? Depends the news next week, but the fact that price the month start bearish could be this manipulation before price close higher. So keep that in mind. Also, this is like a kind of like a rejection. You see this week, just touch it, but it immediately went out of the area of the 3 month fair value gap. Okay. So We have this in the chart. Let's go to weekly. So it will be nice to see price going higher now and take this high, this previous high, and make a market structure shift. So why would be nice? Because that would mean for me we are going bearish. Bullish for the next month with dollar. Okay. So also we will have a nice breaker. It depends how the price makes the structure. But if price close above this candle, this will be the breaker. So like this, low, high, lower low, and breaks. So price will come back to this area, which is the breaker area. So in this area we expect price take long positions. Okay. So this is only theoretical analysis, but really will be nice to see this happen. And if you go to monthly again, you can expect retracement to this area, which is premium. You can see here in the monthly chart we have this fair value gap. Also here we have this imbalance. Okay, this is a monthly fair value gap. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of, also here of course we have another imbalance, but we can we can expect price retrace, because it's not always to the moon or to the hell or whatever metaphor you want to say, but price won't go always down. You have to retrace. So this is an important level, the midpoint, and the nearest imbalance in the buy side is this fair value gap, this monthly fair value gap. So in case price show us strength to the buy side, these are areas we will have in mind. Okay, so previous week high, previous week low. Let me check. And we also have, if you I won't put it yet, but if you want, this will be the previous month high. So this important level also too. I don't put it now because I need more information, but if you want to, it's also another option. So you have the previous month high. This was another previous month low, which price already took it. So this was filled, this liquidity down here. So I'm interested in see next week how price will perform. Okay. We have here equal relative equal. I mean, they're pretty equal. Yeah, equal highs. Okay, so these levels are in a high time frame, so there are strong levels. We have a imbalance here. This is a daily one. So we can expect, if according what I hopefully will be nice to see. Of course, price will do whatever will do, but will be nice price before going higher. Price opens Monday, Tuesday maybe, reach this area. Let's see how price act in the midpoint of this daily fair value gap, and from here you can expect maybe market structure shift, something like that, you know. So this will be nice. This fair value gap act as like a support and not let the price going lower. So very important, this daily fair value gap, to see how price reacts to it. So this is very interesting, because it depends how price act like this, it will give you the bias, no? But oops, where is the daily? So you put it this like this, so when you go to lower time frames, give me a second. If you go to lower time frames, you can observe better the price action, because I mean 1 hour will be more than enough, even 15 minutes. But so in these lower time frames, you're expecting to see this market structure shifts. That's something that gives you the security or the confirmation of a break of a structure. Not in 1 minute, you know, because that is not strong enough. But if it happens in 4 hours, 1 hour, that's very strong confirmation. And mostly if you have a candle which enough displacement and momentum, and you see like strong movement and closing with padding, not just weak, you know. So this is not moving because we are of course on Saturday, and yeah, I would like to really to see price taking this low, possibly this low, this liquidity residing here. And let's see what happens, but I will really like to see price going lower Tuesday, Monday, you know, Monday, Tuesday, whatever going slow, change the structure, price shows strength, we see break of a structure or market structure shift, and we will be fine. So far price is very bullish in dollar. Okay, besides the daily fair value gap, we also have 4-hour fair value gap here, also to keep in mind, because price could possibly also reach this level. Let me check. So as you can see, all these imbalances are below the midpoint. this is discount. So after the price move to the buy side, we expect retracement in discount. In discount we have this daily fair value gap and this 4-hour fair value gap, and both are in optimal trade entry area. So yeah, this is, I think this will have a important role next week, these two imbalances. Of course, maybe it's also the option price take this high Monday, Tuesday, you know, so it can happen also. Hi everybody, hi Poco. But yeah, this is my favorite scenario. Okay. So yeah, no, we don't have so much thing here. We have, of course, here also interested in this equal highs. This is a level I like to keep in mind: the equal highs, equal lows, or relative equal highs or relative equal lows. Yeah. Okay. So far that is my gaming plan. As you can see, this inversion fair value gap works very pretty last week. You see how after price went through it, we normally this is a fair value gap, but if you see price going like this, going through it, it's not anymore like a normal fair value gap, so you call it inversion fair value gap and use it like the opposite. So it used to be a resistance, now it's a support. So you're expecting price come down, visit again the area, and you're expecting price going higher, no? In this case, because this is like a support. Okay, so if you have any questions, or do you want me to check any asset or instrument? So here the same. I will put the previous week high, previous week low, sorry, in Euro USD. Also, this candle remain inside the previous candle, so I must acknowledge it was a pretty difficult week last week. I don't know your opinion. I mean, there were nice setups, but Thursday and Friday went crazy. Some like crazy manipulations. I didn't expect any news, and so I had opened a setup. A trade on ES, I think, and suddenly a huge movement appears and took me off. And I didn't expect it because no high impact news, you know. It was Thursday, so yeah. That's sometimes happen. You have some these huge movements without knowledge about it, just randomly, and destroy. So luckily I was using the stop loss, so, but still it's annoying. Okay. So here we have a daily fair value gap. Also here we have a daily. Will be nice price close with body through it. Okay. So I will consider this an inversion fair value gap, and will act not anymore like a support but a resistance. So something like this. Imagine price close with body, returns to the area, and we expect lower prices. Okay. We'll check that. Yeah. Okay. So that's so far my personal opinion. If you want to share some opinions, you're more than welcome. So I'm expecting bullish on dollar, expecting some retracement. Hopefully that's a fake move before going higher, because normally you expect a fake move in the beginning of the week. So I'm expecting prices start lower. Let's see what happens, no? But hopefully that's the case. It can happen. I'm checking here. Let me check. GBP/USD. Yeah, I was checking the 4-hour. This, for me, I mean, this is a breaker, right? You see it. Four-hour breaker. And I was checking with dollar. Also here, no, the same. We have a breaker. So I'm checking these divergences, but it was last week. So we have this from here to here, a lower low. This is 29. 29.5. Okay. 29.5. Well, that's a huge divergence, but I was more checking this here, but it's supposed to be like this. 19, 9 to, this is 19, so it should be 19. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So all this, well, besides the divergence, which means when you see one price not respecting the asymmetry, for example here, we can see GBP but this is huge variance. Let me check one thing more. Yeah. Well, basically, for euro to make the same asymmetry was impossible because price will be to go this way, all this low. That's too much, no? But basically, when you have these asymmetries, one of the assets are weaker and then or the other is stronger. And in this case, Euro USD is stronger, so you can see. So it's showing a lot of strength, while at this point, let me check. Yeah, at this point GBP USD was showing strength and USD was showing weakness. Okay, but basically the idea I want to share with you is one of the assets is stronger, one is weaker. So the weaker normally do these fake movements. Okay, so you're checking the other one who's showing strength, because this is just a manipulation to take liquidity. This is not the best example, by the way, but the idea is this is the one I am explaining you to now. So one is weaker, one is stronger, and the weaker will make this fake move. For example, if in this divergence this went lower while Euro USD went higher, so you observe the higher. So in the lower you're expecting, okay, this is just manipulation because this is not going lower, so I'm expecting here, after taking this sell side liquidity, price, if I go to lower time frames, I will expect a market structure shift, break of a structure, and price will continue higher. So here was the market structure shift, as you can see. Also we have a breaker. So that's the perfect setup, one of the perfect setups you're looking for. Low, high, lower, low, break of a structure after the divergence, price retrace to the area, and you are looking for the previous highs, which was here. You can aim for this one, just equal highs. Okay. I need some water, guys. Give me a moment. Okay, this is GBP USD. Yeah, that's why I was checking this 4-hour breaker. So I would love to, let me put the previous week high and previous week low here. Previous week high, previous week low. So I have this analysis, I have this in my head, I will share with you. So where is the previous, obviously more level where liquidity is residing? For me, this is the obviously more nearest one, the nearest one, you know, the previous, more obviously for me is this previous high. For me, this is buy side liquidity. Price are here now in this breaker, and the breaker, as I told you before, will, in theory, will act as like in this case, support. So expecting price visit this level. So that's very good in the analysis. If I want to see dollar being bullish, because in case GBP/USD come here, already is going bullish in the start of the week, and that's what I want to see. I want to see price being bullish. I want to see higher prices before drop. Okay, I don't want to see, if I'm bearish in GBP or EUR/USD, I don't want to see price come first here. It can happen, of course, but you understand me, no? Like I would like to say the perfect scenario will be, if I'm expecting lower prices, first we'll expect the fake movement, you know, I mean, like this, take these highs, and then highs, or visit also, I'm checking here, we have a breaker also going lower, so that will be very interesting. Of course, also we have a market structure shift, and that also gives more confirmation. We have a very strong market shift here of these two lows. Where is market check here? So if you see this high, low, high, low, also here, sorry, oh, these arrows, come back here, I'm making the general move. So that was the break of structure, or market structure here. Also here you have one, but for me this is the one that, okay, this like give you real more strong confirmation. This is very important enough. Also, it's a 4-hour fair value gap. So we have two market structures, shift, one here, and the one who confirms this, you know. So that's why I'm thinking a bearish scenario. So yeah, I'm expecting hopefully price come here, take this high, me check one thing. You can treat this like an order block also, these two upper candles. So yeah, as you can see, interesting levels are in this upper part, which is discount, sorry, premium. In this area we have the optimal trade entry, which we have the order block, and yeah, so keep in mind this area, hopefully price will drop from here. Also will be interesting how price react with this high, both in GBP and I mean this high here. Okay, because I can also imagine a divergence here. Imagine Euro USD will make a high, equal highs. Imagine this line, price will stop very close here, and maybe here price goes a bit higher. So that will be a divergence, because we'll see. Yes, this is just an hypothesis. This is not, but also something you could be can happen. So one of them will be high, and one of them will be, or even lower low. I mean lower high, lower low, higher high, or equal highs, higher high. So that's something you also keep in mind. Okay. Normally divergence happens in these areas when you have these highs, very obviously highs, like this one. So keep in mind that, okay, divergences will say it's something that when happens it gives you this like secret information, kind of thought. But okay, so I don't know, guys, if you want to share something, ask something en español también, hablo español. I don't know if you understand my point of view. I think I tried to make it clear, but let's see what happens. Of course, one thing is analysis pre-market, and then it's when price opens on Monday, or sorry, on Sunday. Anything can happen, and it can happen from small movements to a black swan. This is gold. As you know, gold is a very can be tricky because it's not directly related with dollar. It's more with geopolitical scenarios, you know, like the wars and this kind of things make also oil make prices going crazy. Okay, go to here's Nasdaq. Okay, so ES Nasdaq, same thing here. So far this weekly fair value gap is acting nicely, holding price. Wicks going through it, so in Nasdaq, but nobody's so far have been above these areas, these fair value gaps. This is a weekly fair value gap. You can see this is the imbalance area. Okay, so I have a question of your name, Mikey. You're in the private group. Yeah, when you are comparing two charts side by side, how do you give weight to one over the other? For example, using ES and ESPX side by side. Let me check one thing. Yeah, the 500 index side by side and getting the levels from ES to make decisions on ES, on SPX. They both have their own fair value gaps and levels, so how do you put weight on a different chart than the one you are trading? Your ES and Nasdaq charts are an example. Which do you give more weight? Is it confluence? If there is a confluence here, or I think I understand. Sorry my English, but I understand. Or is it okay. Which do you give more weight, or is it confluence? For example, ES Nasdaq. So ES Nasdaq, no? For example. Yes. Well, the same thing, similar to USD and dollar. It's not the same because, of course, dollar going higher. Sorry, it's the asymmetric. This is the same. If you're expecting both going higher, both going lower, but dollar index, if dollar going higher, euro is going lower. No? Yeah. So that's That's the main difference. But in this case, in ES and Nasdaq, I'm also checking divergences, for example. I don't know if I can find someone here. You're looking also for a stronger, for the weaker also. Okay, so for example, in this case, both assets are they in premium, so they are, if you take the range from here to here, you see price is super premium. Okay, this area, this is premium, so price went lower. This is the retracement. So normally expect here, from here, price going lower. After the price visit premium, which is now, you're expecting short positions, going short. Could be anything, you know, going from here to, you know, all this is liquidity, you know, all this is stop losses residing, liquidity residing here, and price is always moving, taking liquidity from internal, external liquidity. So yeah, so now our both of charts are in premium. So I'm really expecting my normal thinking, I'm expecting price retrace because it's in a high level of premium. Okay, so this is, for me, this is the last, like I will say, frontier, not frontier but like resistance. If price wants to now retrace again, so far price are doing nice job. I mean, these imbalances, these fair value gap, weekly fair value gaps are holding price nicely. As you can see, the buys are respecting. Here only the wick touch. Here bodies are inside but not above, only wicks. So I'm trying to reach your question. Just give me, I'm trying to go into it. Okay, so with this in mind, let me check. For example, let me go to 4 hours. In this case, for example, how I will use, or which one I decide to enter, for example, no? So let's suppose we are here. How would you do this? Like this? Well, doesn't matter, just the idea. So the idea is this. For example, I will look for divergences. So in this case, I of course I have this level marked in my charts, and you can see here only one went lower, right? So this is one of the utilities you have when you have the two charts. You're checking divergences. This is 4 hours, but also can happen in 1 hour or 50 minutes. It's just an example. So in the charts you have they match movement, but sometimes they don't match. Mostly of the time they match, but for example also here they didn't match, no? We also here we have this divergence. You mean like this, for example? Because for example here price in Nasdaq did a higher high, here did a lower high. So that's, in fact, that was I was expecting an entry here because I saw this. I saw this on Friday. I saw ES not going higher. So this was my one of my, I will say that, clues that price will fall or will change from here. Let's go here. Also because was the start of the day, I was thinking in the power of 3 concept, you know. And the power of 3 is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So when I saw price not going higher like Nasdaq, having trouble to go higher, I was thinking, maybe this will be, you know, like divergence. This will be the higher when go from here higher to here, and before that we have the accumulation. And this was, let me check, this was 9:30. Yeah, also 9:30. Normally before 9:30 we also expect these fake movements. When the price opens the market from 9:30 to 10, it change direction a lot of times, you know. So if you put this in your charts, you put this line like this and this like this, like very horizontal, straight line. You see how Nasdaq went through it and ES have trouble. And right when price, this is 9:30, this is the 9:50. The tricky thing in here was that I was expecting price, I think in 1 minute chart, I was expecting price come higher after this break of the structure, this market structure shift, or here also you can see it. I was expecting price going higher. In fact, I was doing this Fibonacci, something like this. I was expecting price visit this area, and I was trying to trade from here, but didn't happen. Price was very not so friendly Thursday. So that's one of the reasons why I have 2 charts and how I observing both. Okay, that's why I'm using these both charts. So I'm checking for this kind of liquidity areas, which one are stronger, weaker, sorry. Let me check if there's another example. Yeah, I think this was the best example. I mean, this is 1 hour, no? But let me check. I'm checking only last week. Yeah, that's I think that's the power of this setup. And well, not setup, but the power of the importance and how powerful can be these 2 charts together. Divergences is the main, I think, is the main thing, and that's the only thing it came to my mind now. If I have another idea, I can tell you, but so far that's also, yeah, very interesting. Sometimes you have formations like breakers, which are very clear in one but not in another, you know. That's very important also. I remember now I saw a breaker. Where was this? Yeah, I don't remember which one, but I saw a breaker very clearly. I saw a breaker very clearly in one, but not in the other. So I took the trade in the one was very clear. I don't remember which one. I think this, yeah, I don't know, one of these, but sometimes you will see it. I don't know, I don't remember, I don't recall it now, but yeah. Here, I was, let me check this, 30. So, for example, this is just one idea I want to share with you, but this is one you want to be careful when you have these markets like this, when prices are taking highs, lows, highs, lows. You know that's very, it's like called seek and destroy conditions, and it's very tricky. The thing is that sometimes you don't expect it, you know, you see it later. Okay, so checking this. Yeah. I got caught here. I got destroyed here on Friday because I was thinking. I will show you with you my analysis. So this is the Asian session from the previous day, which is Thursday. Okay, so I will put in blue. Previous highs of the Asian session. So what happened here? Price opens, right? And I saw price took the highs of the previous, the previous highs of the Asian session. Same here. Okay, so I was waiting for displacement after the price took these highs of the Asian session. I was expecting displacement, which didn't happen here. Here, and this is an example talking about this mic. As you see, that's why it's useful to have both charts. So I was checking this and I saw this divergence. Okay, which didn't confirm at all, or not yet my expectation. So I still wait here. So price went another time higher, same here, and then this time we saw displacement and momentum. But as you can see, this divergence gives you this hide information, like okay, something is not going like as you expected, because normally both are doing the same, lower low. Not here, this was a higher low. So you expect, okay, just wait and let's see what happened. And what happened, that was like Nasdaq still was bullish. So let me take off this. So after this momentum, I saw this market structure shift. You see? Okay, so I consider this a breaker. Low, high, sorry, this is a bearish breaker, so it's different. High, low, higher high, strong movement, and I was expecting entering here. I took a trade here, expecting also, you saw all this area, we have a liquidity void here, no volume at all, a lot of liquidity and huge gap. So I was expecting, okay, this is the time after this accumulation, manipulation, whatever, power of 3, we expect price going lower. So I was expecting after this breaker, after this market structure shift, okay, price will go lower. So I took this area, for me was the breaker, this was the breaker area, and I took a trade here. But of course, as you can see, suddenly price did this crazy movement and just destroyed my trade. I didn't expect it because it was Friday, no high impact news, so that was a bit, to be honest, was annoying. Didn't expect that huge movement, but I hope these ideas makes you, I mean, it's useless, it's not useless, but it's useful for you. So I have a question here in the YouTube. Oops. Can you it's asking me someone in the YouTube, can you use silver bullet entry using what? Can you use silver bullet entry using last USD A30 new? The thing is that I don't use silver bullet. I studied the concept and I tried to use it, but I don't use it really. It's too much. You don't have to master all the concepts. Just pick the one you resonate with the most, and I tried silver bullet, but for me it didn't work. So I don't trade silver bullet. Okay, so Thursday and Friday was a bit of unexpected movements, and that was the thing that most annoyed me is that in my plan I didn't expect trade, but I saw some setups, and also in gold I saw some setups with Daniel, which is Wave Surfer. He also took the same trade. This is gold. I think was this 5 minutes maybe? Yeah, I also want to show you one trade. Was very nice trade, but I couldn't enter on point. So this is gold, and the thing here is this. Well, I don't remember if Wave Surfer took exactly the same, but the thing for me was this one. I saw this check here, this area. Okay, remember this is this purple area. It's a 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, and price already rebalanced the area, so keep that in mind. So here, this is days start here, price went lower, so this is good if you want to later go in bullish, because remember, fake movements happen at the beginning of the day. Okay, so what happened here? I saw this huge displacement here. I see this breaker, this market structure shift, and this occurs in the lower part of the fair value gap, of the 4-hour fair value gap. So that's why I told you remember this area. So low, oops, this doesn't work. So here, low, high, lower low, high with displacement, breaks the structure, breaker. So you have the breaker. Where is here? Here. You can take the upper candle. Or yeah, because all these are upper candles, no? But normally it's the upper one, you know. So I took, I think, just to both because you have a bit of more space. So this will be the breaker. This is 1 minute bullish. And also important, you have the inversion fair value gap, also 1 minute. So that was the confluence we were talking about before. When you have 1, 2 or more confluences, also is in the lower part of the fair value gap. So you have, we can say 3 confluences, even 3. So you take a long position, no? When price hits this area, let's imagine here, right? So you put the stop loss in the lower position, and you can expect this will be 1-1 ratio, or this. Okay, finally price reach this, you can see here. So this was a nice trade. This is a good trade to just do this and close the computer for all day, you know, because later you become greedy, emotions don't start over your mind, playing mind games, and you know, you can do a lot of harm. So that was a nice trade. And I want to show you in GBP/USD also. It was a beautiful trade. I was a bit mad with myself because it was beautiful, but was after news. This drop was news from GBP/USD, high impact news. Okay. If I don't remember, let me check. Wait. This is GBP/USD Thursday. Let me check the calendar of the last week. GBP/USD Thursday at 7 a.m. Yeah, 7 a.m. Thursday. So you see, this huge drop was 7. Where is this? So here. That drop was price was bullish already, as you can see in 5 minutes. Low, high, lower low. Maybe if I do a 15-minute, you can see better. Low, high, lower low. We also have a breaker. This is a 15-minute bullish. So okay, so price was already bullish. You can see market structure shift here. Price opens, went lower to the previous day liquidity. I mean this previous low liquidity. Make a market structure shift here. Okay. So this is important, this information. So we have this information which is very important. Price opens the day here, manipulation, and real move. You know, that's why it's very important, the power of 3, because power of 3 you're waiting for manipulation first and then distribution. So what happened here? Price already here, as you can see, rebalance this fair value gap, 5 minute. But this is the news, right? This drop was the news. Go to 1 minute. And here you can see we have here a fair value gap without being rebalanced. Fair value, tiny one, but very important. 1 minute. 1 minute, and also if you look careful to the left, you will see also an inversion fair value gap. This was used to be a fair value gap. When price smashed to the upside, it became a inversion fair value gap. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, so that was the perfect entry for me, but I don't know why I was expecting, I think, price going to the midpoint of this area, the fair value gap, so I couldn't, and as you can see, price just fly. So then my long position will be like this. This is a stop loss, this previous low, entry, take profit. It's a 5.7. Yeah. ¿Operas con macros? No, Raúl. No sé si todavía estás conectado, pero también lo estuve mirando, pero no, tampoco resonó mucho conmigo. No sé, como muy esotérico. A veces pasa, sí, realmente pasa que ves que el precio reacciona. El precio reacciona realmente en esos macros y ves un movimiento fuerte del precio, pero otras veces no, y no sé, no creo que no es tampoco tan importante. So, sí, recordad, chicos, a los hispanohablantes, que tengo un grupo de Discord. En Discord. Se llama, bueno, como ICT Hispanohablantes. Y ahí voy pasando, pues, hago directos, información. Entre todos también intento que, pues, compartir, ¿no? Que la gente comparta sus inquietudes, sus análisis, lo que sea. Hacer comunidad. Vale, so I was telling Raúl from YouTube, from the live stream, that you're more than welcome to join the Discord, and I'm trying to make community so people can share whatever they want to share. So we grow and we share knowledge, we learn from each other. It's important. So I think if You have so many. Buscar el grupo de Discord. Sí, sí, está el enlace en mi canal de YouTube. Ahí lo puedes buscar. Está el enlace. También en Twitter I have an account. So you can go there. So to be honest, gold could possibly just continue higher because how geopolitical events are going. You can see how this daily fair value gap are holding price. Just wicks are making damage. So bodies are still inside. This daily fair value gap is acting as like a support in this case. So yeah, still maybe we can see higher prices. Let's see what happened this week. So far that is what happened. We also have this inversion fair value gap here. This is the 4-hour chart. We have this fair value gap which became after price smashed it and didn't respect it with all you see all this displacement and momentum and body closing above. This is now an inversion fair value gap 4-hour. So what do you expect here? You expect price acting as here as a support to continue higher. We have a lot of liquidity here. Okay. Let me check if so you can see price in gold already retrace very perfectly to the midpoint of the optimal trade entry. So as you know, the theory is like this, no? Like after a huge movement you expect retracement, in this case to the discount area, where you're expecting from this area price will be taking long positions. So as you can see, price react very nicely and react also strongly from here. Price are holding the bodies in this daily fair value gap, so this is like few clues that make you think, okay, maybe we are not going slower yet. Okay, in case, let's see here, so this is a 4-hour fair value gap. Relative equal highs, a lot of liquidity. It's a bit difficult to me to see which is the high and the low, because this is the high, obviously, high, low, high here. It's a bit difficult for me to detect here the high, because it will be interesting to see if it breaks the high. But so far, yeah, bullish. You see this movement, this high displacement momentum to the upside. So this is inversion fair value gap. This should hold the price. Okay, so we can expect higher prices. Same Fibonacci you can do now like this. You have this 4-hour fair value gap in the optimal trade entry zone. Okay, so some questions more. I think this is a long. I'm expecting a short live stream, but let me check how many times it's been this. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I think it's enough for now. So guys, you have any questions? If not, we will conclude this live stream here. I think will be in the public, in the YouTube, so you can rewatch the live stream again. So okay, so hopefully you have a beautiful weekend, and next week we have more things to do. So yeah, thank you guys, thank you. Have a good weekend. ¿Crees que subirá o romperá el mínimo primero? En el oro, ¿no? ¿Te refieres? Tortulán. Vale, déjame ver. No, yo espero, o sea, con lo que estoy viendo aquí, está bastante bullish, está bastante alcista. No creo que rompa el mínimo primero. O sea, no creo que rompa estos mínimos. Espero, eso sí, que... A ver, lo ideal sería que el precio, como mucho, pues haga el retroceso. Haga el retroceso natural que hace siempre. La parte interior, que es la parte de discount, por debajo del 0.5 del equilibrio. Que tenemos... Bueno, pues tenemos un inversion fair value gap también de... Eso es una hora. Entonces, como o sea, yo realmente no lo veo bastante alcista, ¿no? Hasta puede ser que el precio abra el domingo con un gap, ¿sabes? Pero eso, como mucho esta zona. Vale. Esto puede ser lunes, martes quizás. Vamos a ver, ¿no? Vamos a ver. Pues esta sería la entrada. Si el precio baja a esta zona, estate atento para... Esto sería una buena zona de compra. Vale. Siempre, claro, espérate. Baja a un time frame más pequeño. 15 minutos quizás. 5 y bueno, estate atento. Pero si el precio baja, eso es buena señal porque es como el movimiento fake, ¿sabes? Como el movimiento falso. Y eso puedes esperar tal vez que el verdadero movimiento se produzca después del movimiento falso. Vale. Pues chicos, estoy en Discord. Ahí hago más directos que aquí en YouTube. Pero bueno, intentaré también pues que se retransmitan en YouTube. En el Discord intento pasar siempre pues un calendario de la semana, de los lives, de los directos. Y ahí pues se pueden unir al Discord. Tengo también un grupo privado donde pues hay material, vídeos, pues hago también directos para el grupo privado. Bueno, sí, podéis visitar el grupo de Discord y está en inglés, pero también hablo español y bueno, no hay problema. Entonces, bueno, pues chicos, muchas gracias por uniros al grupo, perdón, bueno, al grupo también si os unís, gracias, pero gracias por uniros al live, al directo. y voy a dejarlo por ahora. Que tengáis un buen fin de semana. Gracias, chicos.